Hello and welcome. You are listening to Functional Wellness with Dr. Alison, and I am so glad you are here today. I wanted to talk to you guys about something a little different. Usually I share health information, testing, and nutrition, but today's topic, which is about being your own advocate, is just as important. This topic has really been on my mind, first for my personal health and because of some of the amazing strides my patients have been making in their own health. So it's a great time to really talk about this and encourage you to step up and do the work for yourself, because the truth is, sadly, no one will care about your health as much as you do. Not your doctors, your therapist, your spouse, or your friends, because only you are in charge of what happens to your body and your health care, right? As much as we control. And this isn't saying that I don't care about my patients, but what I mean by this, as a doctor, I'm limited by our interactions. I don't know your entire lifestyle, what you're experiencing every day. I can do my best to dive into your history, but that doesn't mean we get to talk about every little aspect of your life. And if you think about it, your typical sessions with your doctors are 8 minutes, 15 minutes? And even though my sessions can range from 30 minutes to 90 minutes, there's so much that we need to cover that I need your help. Your doctors need your help. And we're doing the best we can with the information that we have and the time that we can really work with you. So to share a little bit about what I'm going through. So right now, I'm dealing with mast cell activation syndrome as a post-COVID illness. I started breaking out in the 1st of January with excruciatingly painful hives. And when it started, it was happening every day. In January, my right arm was just one giant hive from my armpit to my fingertips. And then it moved to my face. And then it covered my entire left arm. And it was so painful and nothing was helping. And I was trying all of the supplements and all of the medications and all of the things over the counter. It did finally stop and I got a break. But then in February, the same thing happened again, but on both of my legs. That's when I had to go to urgent care, get IVs. Everyone's looking at me like I'm crazy. My primary team said, oh yeah, this is what happens. We'll get it taken care of. You're on some good stuff. The urgent care doctors looked at me like I had 3 heads. They had never heard of this or seen this before. So, it was going away, it was coming back, it was going away, coming back. So I've been hitting this pattern and I've had to switch teams. I've had to talk to a lot of different people, a lot of different visits to a lot of different places, and really do my own research. And every day I've been reading and learning and taking more seminars, going through my functional physician groups, talking with everyone I know, collecting information, going through the research, seeing what's working, what's not working, trying it on myself. And then I have to present it to my team and ask them what they think and what can we try and what else can we do. And, it's so hard when you have a chronic illness because there are so many options, but your doctors might not know about them or understand them or have access to that research or thought process. And really, you have to do it and present it to them, which is so scary, right? Because I know, I have a new appointment next week with a different allergist. And I'm like, what if he doesn't believe me? What if he thinks I'm crazy? So I have to take my own health into my own hands, right? And so do you. And part of this mast cell issue for me, I know, is nutritional deficiencies. So I had to learn which ones are linked to these issues and find the right supplements and take them consistently. And I got a little help with them. So I had to keep researching. So I'm taking new things and continuing to try them. And the other part of this is that I didn't take them for 2 days and hope that I got better. I finished the bottle. I've been taking them for about 3 months and seeing which ones are working and which ones aren't. I had to do a deep dive into my personal health and look at food and mold and yeast and do some testing and tracking. And we're going to talk about that at the end. But tracking has been the best part of this situation for me, because what it looks like right now is that I might be allergic to my own progesterone because I have massive hives during my period. Who would have thought that? That's not the first thing when you think of hives, right? Or mast cell, you think, oh, seasonal allergies or something else, right? You can think of a million things. which means I'm on the hunt for someone who's familiar with this situation and can help. But what it also means is that I've kind of ruled out everything else going down this list of doing this for almost 4 months. It is taking some time, and I still have to advocate for my own health. So you're not alone in going through this. And I know it's frustrating and it's scary. It's overwhelming. I'm so done. I'm so done with it. And I know if you're sick and you've been struggling too, you feel the same way and you just feel like maybe just screw it. I'm done. I'm done trying. I'm done researching. I guess it's my life now. And I just want to encourage you to, yes, have that moment, have your breakdown, cry, scream, punch your pillows, let it out, talk to people, recollect yourself, take a deep breath, and then keep going. So the other part of this, as I was thinking, is that April has been an amazing month for so many of my patients too. They have been so strong and working so hard on their own health, and I'm so, so proud of them. And a few examples of this is there's been quite a few people that I've been working with who are sensitive to mold. And they've been on a program for a variety of issues and making some progress. But there's a theme in every office. Like when I was a chiropractor, if Monday someone came in with right shoulder pain, the rest of that week it was just going to be right shoulders, or knee pain, then it was always knee pain. And this week it was people who were casually mentioned that their symptoms worsen with coffee. Oh my goodness. Did you know that typical coffee off the shelf is full of mold? So if they hadn't taken that time to look at their symptoms, slow down, correlate it to what they're doing, what they're eating, what they're drinking, we might not have ever even talked about it. So cutting out the coffee for most of them has really helped. Some of them are switching over to a mold-free brand like Black Rifle Coffee, and it's going to make a world of difference. But we never would have done it unless they had connected those dots for me. Other women have been working on their hormone health, reducing their PMS and painful cycles, and either with my suggestion or on their own, because they were researching and learning, they switched from tampons to a cup, from pads to period underwear. And not only has that cut down on the pain, but also reduced the heaviness of their flow, also cutting out the scented spray and pads because those were linked to like BV and yeast infections and just making things worse. And what an easy thing to do. They don't have to chase supplements or worry about birth control. They took care of themselves and supported their bodies in a different way, even though it was scary to make that switch for many of them. But they had to notice those differences and what was causing them and advocate and ask questions and research and really take care of themselves. So it can be simple, right? It can be as simple. It's not always, and that's okay. But every little thing that you do is going to make that difference in the long run. And asking questions when you don't understand what is happening with you or why your health or your body is having such a difficult time. And if you don't constantly live in the health and wellness world like I do, it's really hard to figure these things out on your own. And don't get me wrong, it's even hard for me too, but we have to keep learning and keep studying. So one thing I do recommend is definitely charting your symptoms. There might be something you do throughout the day. This might be something you do on a daily basis, an hourly basis, maybe even. Like my patients with their coffee, increasing their coughing, their sinus congestion, their postnasal drip. Maybe it's food related. So write down your food and what symptoms do you have after? Is your nose cold? Do you have a headache? Are you shaky? Do you feel sick or nauseous? What about, are you worse when you wake up? Maybe it's because your bedroom's connected to your bathroom that had mold. Maybe it's because it's something that you ate at night in bed. Like we talk about, like cut out the ice cream, cut out the cereal. It's making you really sick. It's giving you acid reflux all night. What about in the afternoon after lunch? Maybe you're grabbing that coffee and that's where that mold's coming from, or an energy drink and you're really sensitive. Another thing is, for me, I had a favorite shake and then in the afternoon I'd have these horrible stomach pains and I'm like, where is this coming from? What did I eat? Found out I'm allergic to stevia, and stevia was hidden in one of my favorite protein shakes. I'm like, oh, there it is. Now I have to quit that, cut it out. But now I don't have stomach pain. And now I figured out where it was coming from. And I wouldn't have known that unless I tracked my symptoms and then looked at my food. What about something that you track through the month? Maybe it's connected to your cycle. How does ovulation or your period affect your health? It could be seasonal with allergies or weather changes, stress. What about school letting out? Holidays coming up? What about cycles at work? When are projects due? When are you physically back in the office? Maybe there's mold or off-gassing from the floors or walls at your office. What about your spouse when they come home? Where do they work? What's on their clothes? What are they bringing into your home? All of these things make a difference with your health and really can help you connect the dots. And then when you bring it to us, we can go, oh, there it is. What about? And really help figure out what's going on. Maybe you need testing. Maybe it's food. Maybe it's hormones. It takes time to figure it out. So be patient. Don't give up, okay? And if you're looking for personalized help, please schedule an initial consultation online with me. We'll go through your health history, your blood work, your symptoms, make a plan for you to start feeling your best. Thank you for tuning in today. Make sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date on all of our weekly podcasts, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for listening to Functional Wellness with Dr. Alison. If you would like personalized care and testing, you can schedule an initial consult online and get started with your wellness plan right away, or message us on Facebook at Little Black Bag Medicine. Thanks for tuning in, and see you next week.